Hey everyone, and welcome to the Plus Show. I'm your host Todd Jones and the publisher of Conway Scene. This is the second one that we have done. Did one back in December. Hope to make it a monthly, um, something we do monthly. We'll see. Uh, Trying to get there, but before I get started, we have a special guest today for the show, and I'll introduce him in just a minute. Before I want to get started, let you know that we do have a lot of things on the calendar right now at conwayscene.com/calendar, including the event that we're going to talk about here shortly. A lot of art events. Actually, met with a bunch of art people in the art community a couple weeks ago. Had a really nice conversation with several people, everything from theater to music to fine art, and that is on the website or the calendar. So if you are looking for those art events, you can find those in the calendar as well. And this is coming the time of year when we start having some special pages, landing pages that we do with various information. One we usually do every year is Toad Suck Days page. Once we get that information, we'll start that, including some of the past articles we have done about Toad Suck Days. And then looking at possibly doing something for spring. A lot of seed swaps and planting, master gardeners, those kinds of things are coming up. And a lot of people will be doing their garden and getting ready for their lawn. Looking at doing some kind of page for that. Haven't quite settled on that just yet. And then the summer camps, we did that for the first time last year in the summer, and we'll probably start taking that information as soon as April, trying to get that all done. And most organizations know what they're going to be doing by then, so we will be doing that. So if you are interested in being a part of any of those pages, let us know. Just send me an email at conwayscene@gmail.com. And if you're interested if you're a local business and interested in sponsoring one of those pages, also let me know about that. I think those are the types of pages where we get a lot of viewership and a chance to be a part of that process. So anyway, I am going to talk about Red the Runway, which happens this Saturday at the Willow Event Center. And I have the man who is in charge, Chris Hervey. He's the guy who organizes this event, and I'm going to bring him on right now. Hey, Chris, welcome to the show.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. How you doing?
Chris, it is an amazingly good day. The beautiful outside. The weather's almost perfect for me anyway, and
It is.
sunshine. And I took a little stroll downtown and just enjoyed the sunshine. So, have you been doing that?
Yeah, well, I just came back from lunch, so I did get to experience a little bit of I think it's 68. Yeah, 68
Yeah,
degree weather in February. Crazy.
almost perfect, right? Almost perfect. I mean,
Yeah.
it's starting to make me long for the spring, which is to come. Not the summer because that's too hot,
Yeah, it's too
but the
much.
spring, right? Did you think when you planned this event that we're likely to have amazing weather on the day that Red the Runway takes place?
No, you're always worried in February if the weather's gonna cooperate. So, trying to see how cold it was gonna be, and hopefully not cold enough to keep people out. And it's
Yeah, I
definitely
think
not snowing.
yeah, exactly. No snow and ice, and that should be very good for getting a lot of people to the event. Go ahead, if you would. I've already introduced you as Chris Hervey, and tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and the things you like to do when you're not working.
Yes, sir. My name is Chris Hervey. I am from Conway, Arkansas. I've been here all my life. I am currently an Allstate Insurance Agency or Allstate Insurance Agent, Hervey Insurance Agency here in Conway on Prince Street, 3195 Prince Street. We just recently moved. I say recently, 2 years. We've been in this space about 2 years. The things that I love to play basketball. Love it, love it, love it. That's my exercise piece now. Since COVID has kind of shut me off a little bit, but that's my go-to. Outside of that, I love to go to the movies. Just my it kind of takes me away from everything for that 2 hours, 2.5 hours. That's the thing that I really like to do. It kind of calms me outside of when I'm playing basketball.
Where do you play your basketball?
So usually play IGN is Keon McNeil. He has a gym out there. And then we do have a gym at our church, Pleasant Branch Baptist Church. Yep. So we play there as well. So I kind of get the best of both worlds. If one's not available, we have the other.
Basketball in the church setting shouldn't be too rough and tumble, should it?
No, it's not. We try to keep it cordial. We might talk a little noise though. We're not perfect, but
um,
we
Tell me
keep it
about
clean.
your offices on Prince Street. What is that near?
It is near. It's Country Club in Prince Street. So
Okay,
it's right there at the intersection of Country Club, just a little bit west of the
gotcha.
Kroger on Salem. Yep.
Now I know you have a family, wife and kids.
Uh-huh. Yep. My wife. We will be married. We'll have been married 20 years in May. Crazy.
There you
20
go.
years. Yep.
Yeah.
And we have a our daughter Alexis. She's recently moved back to Conway. She was in Irving, Texas for a while. And so she's back in Conway doing real estate with my wife. And then we have a beautiful little niece, Jocelyn, in the ninth grade.
Okay.
Yep, that's the makeup of our family.
That ninth grader probably keeps you hopping, doesn't she?
Yeah, more so my wife than I.
I, I want to touch on one other thing before we get to the event. I know you also have you're part of a mentorship program for young men in the area, and I know we'll talk eventually. One day we'll have actually a conversation, a podcast interview about it. But would you tell us just a little bit about that mentorship program?
Yes, sir. So I'm a part of the Kappa Alpha Psi Incorporated fraternity. I've been a member since 1994. It's been a long time. And so we have a mentoring program. It's called Kappa League. So it's just young men. I think we start 7th through the 12th grade that we're trying to just bring along and give them some individuals that they can go to, that they can see when they have an issue or if they have some resources that they need. Here recently, we just had a financial literacy workshop for them from Centennial Bank came out to our frat house and educated those young men on financial literacy. So it's a great program. If you do have someone within that age range of it's either seventh or eighth through 12th, we would love to get a hold of those young men and just trying to guide them down the right path.
The Faulkner County mostly, or you have some kids
Yeah,
from
mostly
Royalton?
mostly Faulkner County is it's that's mostly where we do our work. Trying to think, there is a young man from there's one or two actually from Pulaski County.
Okay,
So they have a connection with our president, Mr. James Kane.
that's right.
He's Yep.
Yeah, I've seen that on Facebook. I'm like, what a cool idea. So very good.
Yep. Yeah, it's a great guide right program.
Okay, let's get to the task at hand. Red the Runway, which happens this Saturday night at the Willow Event Center.
Yes.
Um, Let me see. Why is the first question? Why are you? This is the second year I think you've done that. Maybe.
Yes, sir. Yep. This will be the third year. This will be our three.
Okay.
This will be our third year of Red the Runway, and so some may or may not know. Many do. I've said it enough, but in 2012, I believe, 2012, 13, I was playing basketball at the church, and after playing, I began to feel something in my chest.
Mm,
Didn't hurt. It was real subtle, almost maybe like indigestion.
mm.
Um, I did go to the store, try to get some, antacids for it to clear up. Went to bed, but woke up and it was still there. Again, it wasn't throbbing. It was just real mild. So I actually drove myself to the hospital, and lo and behold, after running some tests, had 80% blockage in one of my arteries. And
Ah,
so I was at the tender age of 38, so 12 years ago. So now I'm 50. So
wow.
it has been a blessing to be free and clear for these last 12 years. But that is the why, is because it has affected me personally and of course, since then, several individuals that I know. But that's why we do what the Red the Runway.
So it is a fundraising event for the American Heart Association.
Yes, sir. American Heart Association of Central Arkansas is who we team with. They're primarily out of Little Rock. That's their connection, or that's the hub. We don't have anything here in Conway. So yes, we have been teaming up with them for the last 2 years. They have been quite generous. They've had me down for one of their heart walks to tell my story in April, last April, and then we've had the opportunity to do a cycle nation where they're spin classes
Mm.
where we did a spin class for fundraising in Little Rock as well. And so those things happen in Little Rock, and what we want to do is try to bring something closer to home, something here in Conway
Conway,
that
yeah.
right that'll help raise the awareness here. Yeah.
How does it take place? I mean, what is the how behind putting together an event like this, and how
Mhm.
can people be a part of that?
That's a great question. So the how is actually just down home folks who are that you've built a relationship with and are willing to help push this awareness forward. So we have local banks who help sponsor. We have local small business owners who help sponsor, and so they are really the how behind us being able to give back to the American Heart Association of Central Arkansas. Now, of course, we're not giving out any big checks just yet.
Yeah.
We're in our infant stage of the program or the nonprofit. The nonprofit is actually called Know Your Heart.
Mm.
So that is the official 501c3 that is connected with the Red the Runway is Know Your Heart. And so that is the how is that we just really have been building relationships with individuals that we know and they're giving back to the community, to the fundraiser, so that we can help bring this awareness to others.
Now, this is not really a how question, but like if well, kind of like how can people like participate? I guess you're probably beyond the stage of soliciting sponsorships and all that. Now it's all about actually attending the event and what takes place if you go to the event. And so, how can someone participate? And we're going to have. I know you have a ticket page on Eventbrite. We actually have it on. We have an event page for the event on Conway scene with you can
Mhm.
purchase tickets, and we have the event page linked to that where you can go and buy those tickets. But is that primarily the way people buy the tickets?
Yes, sir. We have everything's through Eventbrite. It's so much easier just setting it up that way. And at this point, you are correct. We're in the final stages of the how as far as participating. But if any individual that would like to participate, have plenty of tickets for you to come out. And you can, as you mentioned, you can go to Eventbrite, Red the Runway 24, I believe it is, and purchase those tickets all the way up until Saturday.
um, if somebody listening to this and says, "Hey, I want to go," and they go to Eventbrite and they buy the ticket and they're going to go Saturday night, it's a Willow Event Center. That's off of Prince Street too, is it? Is it not?
Yes, sure is. We're a wing
Um,
stop on that
yeah,
level.
behind Wingstop.
Hmm.
What can they expect when they go? Do we all have to dress up like we're a model and go onto the runway? Or I've noticed you have some models scheduled to participate. So you're not
Yeah.
asking me to be a model, thankfully.
Correct. Correct, unless you want to. We're always open. But yes, that is correct. It is it's like not a dress up. Some people will be, but you can have your church wear, slacks and a nice shirt, or the jacket if you want to put it on. But anybody is welcome. Of course, the theme this year is heart and sneakers. So whatever
Okay.
you wear, we are
Right.
asking that you push the sneaker piece. So
Okay.
put your tennis shoes with that wear. But yeah, come as you are for the most part. But there will be individuals dressed up, maybe not tuxedo like, but just uh, as we say, church going wear with sneakers. But the event entails, to answer your question, we have in the past and this year we have people who give their testimony of how they were affected by heart disease.
Okay.
We'll have the American Heart Association come and give us some information about heart disease. And actually, as I mentioned, I just got back from lunch. We just connected with Taziki's here in Conway. And so they're also going to tell about their mission of raising awareness for heart disease. So those, they don't tell that. Of course, we have a DJ. We have a little live music, not the full band like we have in the past. We have a little live music, DJ, some giveaways, so they can expect to have fun, food, and fellowship.
Okay. So there's room to be doing some dancing if you wanted to do that. Maybe
Yes. Yeah.
get the heart rate up a little bit, help
Yeah.
keep
Get
your
that.
heart healthy. Yeah.
Yeah. Get that exercise going. Exactly. Yeah. Well,
And there is going to be a red runway, so I guess you can
it is.
come in with your attire and your sneakers and take a picture, and it'll be online somewhere the next day, I guess.
Yes, sir. We'll have you on Facebook posted.
Yeah.
Well, yep, we'll have the red runway right down the middle as we have uh, in the years past.
Yeah. So how has that worked in the past? Have you had good attendance? And what kind of things? What is different this year from maybe previous years?
Repeat that a little bit. You said attendance?
Like, yeah, you've had good attendance in recent
Oh,
years, but
that's right.
also, how is this year's event planned to be different than maybe previous years?
Yeah, the previous year. So what we try to do is a different theme every year. First year was just Red the Runway. Last year was the Masquerade. So you
Oh,
had a yeah yeah. So you had we had individuals that actually wore their mask, and so again this year the difference is the heart and sneaker piece. Just
okay.
pushing up. Yep yep. So that's probably the major difference. We like to keep a real simple format. Not keep you there all night, and then of course we want to leave a room for just individuals just to mingle with one another, connect, network, and just have a good time for a good cause.
Um, and you said there was some food. I guess that comes with the ticket
Mhm.
price. Is that being catered? But did I say? Oh, did I see somebody who was catering that?
Yeah, we have Miss Chef Mary Ann.
Okay.
Yep, she is going to do a
Oh,
charcuterie
okay.
display. Yep. So
Okay.
you know how she does a great job. And then, as I mentioned, just got out of a meeting with Taziki, so they'll have a little extra heart healthy food for us as well.
A little Greek food there to help out with the heart.
Yeah, yeah. Right, right.
But the last question was who, and it's kind of like who is this for? I mean, you've already kind of answered that, but if you want to add something
Mhm.
to that,
Yeah, just for the community at large. The biggest thing that we're trying to do here is make sure that individuals are aware of heart awareness. Again, if you look at myself, my stature doesn't seem like somebody who would have heart disease, right?
yeah,
And so I think that's the biggest piece for me is anytime I tell somebody like, really? You was playing
yeah,
basketball every week, Chris. How does that
yeah,
happen? Right. So
yeah.
bringing that awareness and people seeing me, someone who may not look like that, let you know that it's for everybody and it doesn't discriminate. And so, who is it for? It's for everyone in the community to let them know that it could happen to anyone, no matter size, stature, or race.
I think heart disease is one of the leading causes of
Hmm.
um, mortality, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
Yep. Yep.
I think everybody knows someone who's probably had a bypass at some
Hmm.
point in their life. So very, very worthwhile to explore that. It's always really the impact comes home whenever you hear stories from someone that
Yep.
happened to, and
Yep.
so yourself and other people will share that with the audience. So, is there anything
Hmm.
else you would like to let us know before we wrap this up?
No, just appreciate you so much for being a supporter as always, Todd. Thank you so much for the things that you do in the community. Thank you for always asking me, "Hey, Chris, you want me to put this on here?" You always,
Yeah.
so I
Well,
really appreciate that.
you do one event a year. This event, I'm like, surely I can get that one event on there. Uh, we some of the other organizations, have weekly and monthly events, and we're trying to keep up those. But I'm like, surely I can get that one event. And
Yeah.
these annual events are ones I really try to like know ahead of time as much as I
Hmm.
can because people look forward to them. It's a big
Yeah.
social event, if you will, and it's a chance for people to go have fun in
Yep.
a fairly, I would say, very safe environment, and
Hmm.
um, and also support a good cause. So,
Yep.
uh,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And
Yep, it's great, man.
business owners like you are what make Conway a really just a wonderful community. So
Yep. Well, we appreciate it, and like I say, we're Conway, bleed Conway, so our heart is giving back to the community, which was instilled in us.
did you go to Conway High School?
Yep. Went to Conway High, went to Hendrix for a second,
Hendrix.
then yep, and then I transferred to UCA, so I got a little bit of both blood in me. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
I actually got my degree at UCA in finance. Yep.
You're a warrior bear.
Yep. There you go.
A Wampus Cat warrior bear.
Warrior bear.
I don't
Yep.
know how you merge all three of those together. That's something else.
Yep.
Anyway, I appreciate you coming on the show today and telling us more about the event. And I will drop the link below in the YouTube, and then also the link to buy the ticket is on the events calendar. ConwayScene.com, and I think it's in the events, and you can see it's a Saturday night, so you can purchase tickets right from that link. So, all right, I appreciate you being on here, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You have a good one.
All right, thanks for joining us today, and we'll be back. We'll be back next month with a new plush show.